Welcome to the Church Explorer, and today we are in Market Bosworth in Leicestershire, and we've come to have a look around St Peter's Church. I do know there's quite a lot of memorials in there to the Dixie family, who used to own Bosworth Hall just up the road, and hopefully I shall get up there and film a little bit of that as well. But before we go, I will show you a little bit of this market town. As I say, it's in Leicestershire, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So let's see where we go. Yes, it would appear that this whole town is everything is Dixie. We have the Dixie Arms across the road. As I say, we have up the road the manor house where the Dixie family used to live, and that's looking back down towards the market square. It's absolutely freezing here today, so I do believe if I turn right over here, also Bosworth is famous for is the Battle of Bosworth. So if I go down here, I believe it takes me to the church. So I'm going to wander down and see what we have. So here we are, walking down a little alleyway towards the church. As I say, I've never been here before, and we shall hope that it is open. But if not, we'll get some decent photographs, if nothing else. I'm a little bit out of breath. Oh, it looks like the church is open. How fantastic. I do believe that this church, in actual fact, is approximately 800 years old. And there's a massive graveyard here. I'll show you around the graveyard. It's quite huge, quite extensive. It runs all the way back over there. Well, without doubt, the first thing that strikes you as you come into the church is this magnificent door. I do believe there's people in the church, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful. But nevertheless, we're going to go in, have a look, and see what we find. Here we have a list of the rectors. And the first one is dated 1222, and it's to William de Verdon. And the second one is 1291. I always like to see these, as you know, in the churches, because it gives you sort of some indication as to how far the churches go back. Where I would normally do a walk all the way down the church and into the chancel, I'm unable to do that at the moment because the rector is here having some discussion with a young lady about music. Can you believe? A great thing. But here we are in the chancel. Apparently the chancel was added some time later and renovated in the Victorian era. Also what we have, and it's very, very dark in here, we have this rather large 3-seat sedilia. I hope this is coming out okay, because I say it's very, very dark in here. And now we have some music accompaniment. As I say, there's a little discussion going on. I'll show you around as much as I can. As you can see, this is rather fantastic with these beautiful carvings. We do have also in the church, which you may have noticed as I walked up, the remnants of the rood screen, which I will show you and go back. Also, there's a squint, which I haven't found yet, but as I look around, as I say, I'm having to be very careful. You always have to be careful and respectful when there's people in the church, especially the rector, of course. And this, I believe, is St. Peter, is it not? But it is a wonderful church, and I'll pan back down to give you some idea. And we have the large organ over there. And also, there's a beautiful font that I hope to be able to show you that dates back to about the 14th century, although it's believed that the pedestal it stands on is probably even higher. They have put a little light up here, but that said, it's still exceedingly dark. To my right, and I'm going to have to work my way around, to my right there's also, as I said earlier, that Bosworth Hall, which is just up the road, was owned by the Dixie family. And here there is a large monument to the Reverend John Dixie, I believe, with this recumbent type lady here, if that is coming out. As I say, I am struggling with the light in here. Yeah, and here's his stone here, John Dixie, AM, and he died in 1719. He was only 58 years old. We have this beautiful window here. Look at the work on that. Also, I know that there's a Kemp window. There are 2 Kemp windows in this church, apparently. And I'm going to wander over. I may be able to show you one, but I may not be able to show you the other one, because that's where the rector is. But the stonework in here is absolutely phenomenal. As I say, most of the church actually dates back to the 13th and 14th century. I'll show you this wonderful font, and it's still got all the shields on, and it would have been highly painted. Now, it's believed that the actual plinth that the font stands on is much earlier than the 14th century, but it is really exquisite. I wished I could get some more light onto it, but this church is exceptionally dark. But it's a beautiful font. Look at the wear on it. Here, obviously this is the old lead line here, the whole lead line in here. And of course, they brought in that they had, all the fonts had to be covered. So, let's take a wander over again, and I want to show you this Kemp, one of the Kemp windows. We come up here. Here we have the Mothers Union banner. As I always say, I like to see those in the churches. Very nice to see. And here also, I've just discovered this would be the squint, I believe. Yes, indeed. If I move this out of the way, you can actually see right through. If I come back, I'll give you a better idea. I've never seen a squint quite as large as this, I have to be honest with you. And over to my right hand side, as I say, is this Kemp window. I'll see if I can find out any information. What we have is St. George, apparently, St. Peter, and they believe that the third saint is actually St. Margaret of Antioch. We have this little piscina here. I thought I spotted another one. But let's take another wander down and a wander over to the other aisle. There's somebody else coming into the church, I believe. Notice this wonderful owl. And I have another one the other side. I don't suspect that this is the original rood screen. I'm guessing that this was probably replaced in Victorian times. Also, if I look around the other side of the wall, it may be possible to pick up where the staircase used to be. Ah, yes, here it is. It's behind all of this. But behind there, there'll be this door. You can probably just make it out, which would have been to the rood screen, and where people used to go up and then walk across the top of the rood screen, and they would stand up there. I have been told that this, in actual fact, is one of the richest churches in England, because it has been bequeathed quite a very vast sum of money. What I also noticed here was this fabulous chest. Really beautiful. It's still got the locks on, look. I wonder if anybody's actually got the key. But you can imagine that this chest actually dates back to probably the 13th, 14th century. It's absolutely phenomenal. I love to see these in the churches. I always do. And this is what they would have kept all the treasures in and everything. And the silverware. There's a plaque down the back there, but I've got no understanding what that's for. Here, again, on the wall, is the beneath, in the family vault beneath. There's a vault beneath here, and this goes back to Sir, would it be Woolston Dixie. He was the 8th Baronet of Bosworth Park. He died in 1816. No, he was born in 1816, my apologies, and he died in 1850. But again, the whole, this whole area, as I say, because you had the barons of the Dixie family and that, and so everything with the church is, well, I wouldn't say everything, but many parts of the church are dedicated to the Dixie family. And here we have this is Rosamond Chancel, wife of Claremont Chancel, of Loxley in the county of Stafford, daughter of Sir Wolston Dixie. Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw that name, Rosamond. Now, I have a photograph up there of the king. Let's have a little look. I can't see what this is. This is copper. And it's a copper plaque, but because it's so dark, I can't really make it out. If you keep that, I would have had that in a more prominent place and actually had a light on it. I've got to be careful that I don't fall over. Here we have a model of the church, always nice to see. It is a rather beautiful church, and we have these lovely stained glass windows in the top here, which that's rather unusual. I can pick them out for you. I can't zoom in, and again I'm truly struggling with the light. Oops, I've got to be careful. Some of the grates on the floor are not in the best of condition. And I wished I could show you a bit more of the roof, but it's so dark it's not coming out at all. It's probably one of the darkest churches I've ever been in, actually. I can't tell you very much about the pulpit. And the other, it does have some rather nice carvings in it, although that one there is missing. There's also one missing here. Oh, there's only, they're all missing apart from one. But hey, we got a set of steps, and we always know that Stevie has to go up the steps. Oops. And hopefully give you a complete pan round of the church so that you can appreciate it a little bit better. As I say, it is a wonderful church. It's quite warm in here, which makes a change for a church. St. Peter's Church in Market Bosworth up in Leicestershire. And as I say, if I get the opportunity, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and film also Bosworth Hall. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, and then you will get notifications of when I put new videos up. It costs nothing to subscribe to the channel. You just press the subscribe button. It costs you nothing at all. So please like, subscribe, and check out some of the other videos on the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Take care now. Have a great day. Bye. The splendour of this Bosworth Hall, which was the seat of the Dixie family, is, well, quite extraordinary. There's this pond cum moat, and you can just see the church over there in the background, and I'm going to be able to walk up the drive, but you know, the splendour of this place, and they owned all of this land at one time, and I understand they owned the land across the road there, and that was all part of the park or part of the land. And there's what they call the glass house down there, which unfortunately I don't have the time to go and explore, but I thought I'd show you this. This is just a side view of the house, I believe. But what we're going to do, I can imagine sitting around this place, quite incredible. Look at it, it's absolutely wonderful. It must have been, you can hear the church bells ringing. Yes, the splendour of this place, they must have been absolutely sick, I would have thought, when they come to sell it. And it had to be sold, as I've said before, because of her husband's gambling debts. I wonder if they actually came and swam in here. You've got steps there, and I wonder. It wouldn't at all surprise me. But yes, the splendour of this place must have been truly magnificent in its day. So I'm going back to the main drive and hopefully walk up and get some film of the house from the outside. I'm going to take a little shortcut through these trees. Okay, as I say, it's a hotel now, so, and I'm not staying at the hotel. As you can hear, it's a dog-friendly hotel, which I think was in keeping with Lady Florence, because I do understand she loved her dogs. Yes, and there would have been stables over the back there. So look, it would have been a wonderful place. Oh, it still is. Wow. Can you imagine coming home to this?